Hi, my name is Devin. Thank you for joining me today and taking a moment for movement. I live in New York where it's currently in the 90s, so working out today outside did not sound very appealing. So today I'm doing an indoor cardio and strength training workout. We don't need any equipment, but if you have a yoga or Pilates mat or even a towel, that may make you a little bit more comfortable when we come down to the ground. Let's get started on our feet with a little warm up. All right. So it's important to remember today as we move through this workout that this is your workout and you know your body best. So if there's anything that doesn't feel right or you know that you have need a modification or have a little limitation in some area, that's totally fine. Adjust as needed or wait for a moment and catch up to us as we move on to the next move. So in our warm up, let's start by just rolling the shoulders back a couple times. And remember, we want to breathe deeply throughout this workout. Bring the arms in the opposite direction. Good. Let's gently swing side to side. Again, we're just warming up. So move gently. Notice how your body's feeling. We're just going to do a couple little squats. Wake up those hips, knees, quads, glutes. Just kind of get everybody warmed up, ready to work. Maybe do a little lift. Wake up those abs. So today's workout has 5 sets. Each set has 3 exercises. So once we're done with that exercise, we're done. We're not repeating it. So the first exercise of each set is a cardio burst. So let's do 30 seconds jumping jacks starting now. We're about halfway there. Excellent job. Take a nice deep breath. Let's come on down to the floor. We're going to get started with abs, doing some scissors. So lay back on your mat, your towel, your carpet, your bare wood floor, and roll the shoulders back. Flatten the legs, and we're going to do alternating leg lifts. As we lift the right leg, we're going to lift the arms up towards the foot and come back down. Opposite side. Left leg, reach, and come all the way down. Good, let's do 9 more each leg. Draw the abdominals in towards the spine. Three more each leg. Last one. Excellent job. Bring your arms down along your sides. Take a deep breath. Let your abs relax just for a moment because we're going to do one more abdominal focused activity. We're going to do some leg lifts. So arms are along the side of our body. Tuck the hands in just under the outside edges of the glutes and keep the legs long. Tuck the shoulder blades under as well. So keeping the navel drawn in towards the spine, let's inhale our legs up towards the sky and exhale them back down towards the floor. Let's do 10 together. So inhale up and exhale down. Good. Now, try and keep the heels floating above the mat. We don't want them to touch. If it's too intense, of course, lower them down, or you can always modify this further by alternating one leg at a time. Here's number 5. Good, we're halfway there. So that's 5, 4, draw the abs in, 3, 2 to go, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Lower the heels all the way down to the mat this time. Release the arms Whew, take a nice deep breath. So your abdominals should feel very warm and a little fatigued at this point. So as I mentioned earlier, we won't be repeating either of those exercises again in the workout. So let's roll onto our hands and knees. We're going to do some mountain climbers. Here's our next cardio burst. So 30 seconds. Remember, mountain climbers, we're keeping the abs drawn in. We're starting in a plank position. We're running one knee in towards our chest. We're placing it quickly, switching sides. 30 seconds. Here we go. You can do this at your own pace. Just be careful that your hips don't come high. We want to keep them low, in line with the shoulders. If your mat is getting in the way, like mine, you can, of course, push it over to the side of the room. 10 seconds to go. Keep breathing. Keep your shoulders over your hands. Excellent job. All right, so we're not going to lay down again, but we are going to come back down to the floor. So we're going to do some dips to work our triceps. So bend your knees, walk the heels in towards the glute. Fingertips are pointing down towards your feet. And we're going to start by lifting our hips up into a tabletop position. It's important to notice our alignment here, because once we're set up correctly, the dips will go a lot more smoothly. So by dips, I mean bending the elbows back behind us, pressing into the palm to straighten the hips back out. As we do this, naturally our hips will lower because our whole body is coming towards the mat, but we're not sinking them down towards the floor. Okay, let's do 10 together. Bend the elbows and lift. So this is a good time to catch our breath from those mountain climbers. We're on number 7 already, so 3 to go. 9 and 10. Excellent job. Hips down. Shake out the arms. Woo. Take a nice deep breath. I hope you're as warm as I am already. So let's roll back onto our hands and knees. We're going to come into a plank position. Now, you can do this from a modified plank with your knees down on the mat. Or you can do this with a traditional plank with the legs straight. If at any point during the move you want to adjust, feel free. But with our upper body, we're going to do something called hot hands. So imagine the ground is really scorching hot underneath your palms. We'll be lifting our hands up and either lifting them straight out or tapping the opposite shoulder. As we do this, our hips will naturally rock a little bit, but we want to keep the body as steady as possible. To do that, pull the abs in and brace through the core. All right, so 10 lifts each hand. Let's do it together now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're halfway there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Let's lower the knees if you haven't already. Sit back on our heels and take a nice deep breath. So we are done with the mat until our cool down. So if it's in your way, just move it off to the side of your room. We'll be standing for the next several exercises. So we're already on set 3. Our next cardio burst is 30 seconds of skaters. So this is a lateral hop, and then the opposite leg taps the floor behind the leg that moved. Okay, so hop and tap, hop and tap. If you want a low impact version, just stay low and step. All right, 30 seconds, here we go. So press off that leg, really activating the glute, the quad, the hamstring. Let your arms just swing. Let them move with your momentum. And again, bend that knee, sink down deep into a one-legged squat. Almost there. Excellent job. Take a deep breath. Roll the shoulders back. Good. So moving into some squats. We're going to do a narrow squat. So feet under the hips. Reach back through the tailbone. Stand up. Take the right leg, step to the right. Wide squat. Come back. step up. That counts as 1. We're going to do 10 total, alternating sides. So come to our narrow stance, feet under the hips, toes forward, hands wherever they're most comfortable, okay? Let's begin. Narrow and wide. Narrow, opposite side, wide. Good, that's 2. Keep breathing deeply. Keep your knees pointing in the same direction as your toes. So when you step wide, you may be rotating the toes out a little bit. That's okay. But remember to open through the hips and thighs. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to skip that narrow squat. You caught me. Excellent job. All right, shake out the legs. Take a deep breath. Moving on to side lunges. So we're going to do 10 each side, and we're not going to alternate. So let's start. Take a big step to the right with your right foot. Bend the right knee and reach your tailbone back. Now press deeply into the right foot to come back to a standing position. So let's do 10 on the right leg. Same as for the last exercise. Hands really wherever they're most comfortable for you. So I like to move them around a little bit like I'm doing now. But you may find that keeping them steady keeps you balanced. If you find that you're really challenging your balance right now, find a point to focus on and just breathe while looking at that point. Good, we're almost there. 7. Last one. Excellent. Come back to our standing position. Shake it out. So you'll feel a stretch through the inner thigh. The other side is working to press back up to a standing position. So now we'll switch to our left leg or the leg you didn't use before. Step wide, bend the knee, and press back up. 9 to go. One more. Excellent job. Shake it out. All right, that's 3 sets done. Let's continue. Our next 30-second cardio burst are burpees. Now, burpees are sometimes interpreted or done differently. This is the way I'm going to do my burpees today. I'm going to fold forward, bring my hands down to the floor. My knees are bent in a squatting position. Hop the feet back into a plank, abs tight. Hop the feet forward and press down through the heels to lift my body up. Okay, some people add a push-up at the bottom. Go right ahead if that feels right for you today. Let's go. 30 seconds. You can add a hop at the top if you want a little bit more cardio intensity, or you can step back and forward if you're new to burpees or need a little break. All right. We're halfway there. Five more seconds. Excellent job. Deep breath. Your heart rate should have increased a bit during those. Shake it out. Moving on to lunges, all right? So lunges are a great lower body workout. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, get a ton of activation. Working these big muscles means our calories are burning, not just during the workout, but throughout the day, repairing those muscles. So we're going to do 10 each leg, all right? We'll stay on one leg at a time. So a big step forward with the right foot, bend both knees. We want both knees bent 90 degrees. Our shoulders are over our hips are over our back knee. Press into the right foot and come back to a standing position, all right? 10, one leg at a time. Press through that front heel to lift the body back up. Again, this is a good one to find a point to focus on, something that's not moving to help you maintain balance. We're already halfway there. So as we get tired, sometimes our stride gets a little shorter. So bring your attention to it. Make sure we still have a nice big step forward. We're still getting the 90-degree bend in both the knees. Excellent job. All right, step together, shake out the legs, roll the shoulders back, take a nice deep breath. Opposite side, step forward, bend, lift, and come back together. Let's do it. 10. One side always feels a little bit more steady, oops, and a little bit stronger. As I say that, I start to lose my balance. So again, focus the eyes. Don't be too hard on yourself if one side is just harder than the other. That's why we need to practice. We're more than halfway there. Keep moving evenly. Keep that stride nice and long. Excellent job. Shake out the legs. We're already on our last set. I hope you're feeling sweaty but invigorated like I am. So last cardio burst, 30 seconds of mummy runs. So I want you to think of rolling your shoulders back, keeping a nice long line down the length of our body. Our arms are coming up higher than shoulder height, and we're going to be crisscrossing the arms as we kick our feet out. Again, a low intensity version would just be a heel tap. Okay, but keep the chin lifted and the eyes up. 30 seconds. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Last cardio burst, so let's keep it up. Checking our time here. A couple more seconds. Excellent job. Shake out the arms and legs. Take a nice deep breath. Excellent. So we have 2 moves to go. First, crossover lunges, sometimes called curtsy lunges. You'll see why. We're going to take a big step to the right with our right foot. Then our left leg comes back at the diagonal, and we bend both knees. All right? So our legs are kind of making a diagonal line themselves. Press through the heels, the right heel, come on up. Big step to the left with the left leg, right leg to the back left corner of the room, and sink down. Good. That was 1 for each side. Let's do 10 each leg. So step to the right, left leg back, come on down, and back up. So once you get the hang of these, they're really not very complicated. You kind of move into a rhythm. But just like the other lunges we did, we still want to make sure we're getting a 90-degree bend on both legs. So it's a long step back with that back leg, okay? We don't want to get our legs tangled. Step long so you can really keep the nice, tall, stacked body. Again, hands wherever they're most balanced for you. Keep moving, breathing deeply. We're almost there. Keep those 90-degree angles. Last one. Excellent job. Shake out the legs. Deep breath. All right. I hope you still have maintained some concentration, as our last exercise really does need some focus. So we're going to do 1-leg deadlifts. So these can be challenging, and I'm going to turn and face the side of my room because I have found if you start looking in all different areas, this is when you lose balance, okay? So again, strong, long body. Abs are drawn in. We're gonna shift the weight into our right foot, hands wherever they feel most balanced, okay? I'm gonna keep mine on my hips for the beginning. Shift the weight into the right leg. The right knee should be soft, so we're not locking the joint. We have just a slight bend. We're going to hinge at the hips. As we hinge our upper body forward, we're lifting the left leg. So we're gonna feel that right hamstring lengthen, and as we stand back up, that hamstring and quad are contracting to lift the body back up, all right? So again, you don't need to move fast on these, quality over quantity, okay? So let's aim to do 10 together each side. We'll start with the right leg down on the ground. So don't forget to breathe. If these are new for you, don't lean forward quite as far. You can stay a little bit more upright. I like to drop my gaze down and inwards towards my right foot and back up the wall in front of me as I stand up. Believe it or not, we're already halfway there. All right, by my count, this is number 10. Excellent. Let's come up, roll the shoulders back, shake out the legs. They might feel a little bit different right now. That's why we are going to even it out by rooting down through the left foot. So take a deep breath. Again, this is our last exercise, last side of the body before cool down. Let's make it count. Root down through the left foot. Spread the foot out, so we're using all edges of the foot to maintain balance. Knee is soft, shoulders are back, tall line down the length of the body, and begin to hinge forward. As we were talking about during our lunges, one leg is generally a little bit stronger or a little bit more flexible. So you may notice a difference from one side of the body to the other during these one-legged deadlifts. You really need a lot of control here to maintain balance. So don't forget to draw the abs in. And please keep breathing deeply. Three to go. All right, last one. Excellent job. Lower that foot down to the floor. Shake out the legs. You did it. We're done with our workout. We're just moving into a cool down now. So let's roll the shoulders back a couple times. Nice big circles. Let's make them even bigger using our entire arms. Breathe deeply. So we're really expanding the chest, the lungs, the rib cage here. I hope you're as sweaty as I am. It's a sign of a good workout. Don't be afraid to sweat. Reach the arms in the opposite direction. All right. So let's lift our right arm up, bend the elbow, use the left hand to draw the right elbow in towards the center of the body. Our fingers are just relaxed between our shoulder blades, stretching out the triceps, the shoulders. Good. We'll switch sides. Left arm up. Bend the elbow. Use the right hand. Draw it in towards the center of the body. And release. Right arm across the chest. Use the left hand. Gently draw the arm in. And release. Opposite side. Excellent. Release the arms, shake out the legs. Root down into the left foot, bend the knee. If you need to grab onto something for balance, go ahead. We're going to bend the right leg, pull the heel in towards the glute, press down through the right kneecap. Keep our body nice and tall, lifting, reaching out of that rooted left foot. Good. Let's lower the right foot, cross it behind the left ankle, reach the right arm up and over to the left. Good. Let's come through center and switch sides. Bring the right leg back into the right hip. Bend the left leg, pull the heel towards the glute, reach down through the kneecap. You should continue breathing deeply, letting your heart rate drop gently back down. And let's release. Cross the left ankle behind the right. Reach the left arm up, over to the right side. Good. Let's come back through center. Shake out the legs. One more stretch. Right heel forward, toe up. Lean down, reaching for the right toes. Feel that stretch all the way along the back side of the right leg. Good. Let's release and switch. Left heel down, toe up, lean forward. And if you can't quite touch the toe, that's fine. Just grab a hold of the left calf and breathe. And release, round up. Excellent job today. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick indoor workout. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so now and click the bell so you get updates for future videos and live classes. If you enjoyed today's workout, leave a comment as well. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Have a great day.